Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to The Club with me, your host and friend, Lloyd. Yes, as you can tell, I've got a new microphone and just playing around with my broadcasting voice here. But now let's get into this video. So it's kind of not clickbait, even though it looks like it. Don't buy a new PC before you see this. Basically, we're all getting very excited for the Atlas Showroom, which is hopefully dropping tomorrow, 29th of September. And I've been using a MacBook Pro for quite a few years now. I don't actually have a gaming PC, and what better time or what better excuse that I can give my wife to buy a brand new gaming PC than now, because the showroom's coming. So I'm sure I'm not the only one here getting very excited and looking at PC builds, speccing them up. Firstly, I mean, I went to the Twitter here, which Star Atlas tell us what are the specs needed to run this thing. To run it in high quality, you need an 8-core CPU, 3.5 gigahertz, 32 gigs of RAM, NVIDIA 2070 or faster. Okay, that's quite a powerful PC right there. Star Atlas have also partnered up with iBuyPower, and they're making custom PCs, and the specs on this PC, let's have a look. This is approximately like a 2.5K PC. It's pretty expensive. It's a 3070 Ti GPU, 11700KF CPU, and 16 gigs of RAM, which is a powerful PC. However, on a previous PC giveaway by Star Atlas, the specs on that one were quite a bit higher, and we're very happy that it was a club member, Kel, who was lucky enough to win that, which is fantastic, obviously. The specs on that PC were a 12900 KF processor, 16 core, 32 gigs of RAM, and an RTX 3090 GPU. So, you know, an absolute beast. So I'm thinking, well, I should probably look at those kind of specs on my build, and obviously that helps to future-proof the whole thing as well, for when they bring out VR gaming or something in Star Atlas. So I went to PC Specialist, which is a company here in the UK. I'm not sure if they're anywhere else in the world. And I've spec'd up a PC here. You can see that my summary is 1770, and that's because I haven't actually got a GPU in there at this moment. I've gone for a middle-of-the-road case with lots of fans there. An i9 12900K processor. A motherboard is a Z690 DDR5 motherboard. 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM, so fast, powerful stuff here. Graphics card, I went to NVIDIA, and looks like they're doing a promotion at the moment. NVIDIA GeForce 3090 Ti, top spec GPU here is 1149, and I think when they came out they were like 2000, so looks like very good value right now. So I went here to look at the price, back to PC Specialist, so I could buy that separately. So I've put here none. I already have a graphics card. And then for the SSD, I've gone for a 500 gig Samsung 980 Pro, which is a high quality SSD here. That's where I could load my games on and the operating system, and then a 4 terabyte hard disk drive. And then let's not forget the power supply unit. This is really, really important. So I've gone for a Corsair 850 watt modular 80 plus gold power supply, and NVIDIA recommend at least a 750 watts. So this should be more than enough. And you want the cooling? I've gone for which cooler here? This is an air cooler, and there's there's debate, what's actually better for what we need. I guess we just need a lot of airflow no matter what. We could have that as a air cooler or a liquid cooler, and even if you've got the liquid cooler, you're going to need a lot of airflow through the case anyway. And there's not much difference in price, to be honest, when you select here the 360 series frost flow. This has got good reviews. So we go from 1770 to 1789 total. Whatever you want. And then nothing really special for the rest of it. But ultimately, this is a 3K total PC. And £3,000 is basically $3,000 today, what with the pound being quite weak. So yeah, a real powerful, beastly PC. And I was ready to press proceed, check out. But it was Bullet who actually, from the club, who actually said, by the way, you might want to check this out. And this is what brings us to basically the title of our video, because look at this. Intel are bringing out their 13th gen processors. So my spec here was a 12th gen, 12900K, top spec. 13th gen is coming out, and that's coming out in October, like October 20th or something like that. It's only 3 weeks away. AMD also, they're bringing out, or they've already brought out even their next gen processors. And so with that means motherboards. There's the, so I've got the Z690 motherboard here. Z790 will be coming out. It even says down there. Yeah, okay, yeah. October 20th is the 13th gen Intel processors. And the Intel Z790 chipset, including box processors, motherboards, and desktop system sales. Right, so 3 weeks. Not necessarily just to buy the processor, but to see what happens to the price of the 12th gen. That's going to be old tech now. Even though it's still an absolute, like today, we're looking at it as an absolute beast. On October 20th, we'll be like, oh, it's old tech, but actually it's still a beast. And then what else? GPUs. So right now we've got the 3090 Ti. Wow, everyone is just in awe, praising this thing, worshipping it. And the 4090 is going to come out up to 4 times faster. So now the 3090 is old slow tech, even though it's not. They've got some graphs down here just showing kind of the performance. Like here, look, the RTX 4090 is in the grey, I think, and 4090 is in the green, and the 3090 Ti is in the grey. So you don't even need to know what this graph is saying. You can see the green bar is bigger than the grey bar, which means the 4090 is better. And yeah, like I said, with the processors, it's not necessarily to buy the 40 series GPUs. It's just to see what happens to the price of the the 3090. Although because it's on offer right now, I'm not sure the price is going to be too much different. But it's worth waiting to find out. And the same with AMD, bringing out their RDNA architecture for their GPUs. Next gen, November the 3rd for AMD. So NVIDIA is going to beat them on that one. And then it doesn't even stop there. SSDs. Corsair teases the first PCIe 5.0 SSD with 10,000 megabits a second of bandwidth. That's huge. Let's look at this one. I picked a pretty much the top one here, Samsung. 6900. And they're talking about 10,000 now, which is a massive jump. So what's that going to do to the price of these 980s, which are incredible? And then even the power supply units. So now that we've got these super powerful GPUs, the power supply units are not quite coping with them, it seems. And I think you can get adapters for the existing power supply units to plug into these things, but that's obviously not what they're designed for. So there's a new ATX 3.0 standard for PSUs. So that's worth taking into account. We might want to just hang around or get this new standard. So that's just my thinking at the moment. Obviously, you do whatever you want to do, but I'm kind of thinking I might just hang back and wait until kind of end of October before I dive in and really drop some serious money on my PC build. Well, I might just have to go around a friend's house and use their PC for Star Atlas in the meantime. But yep, thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoyed my new microphone. It's clean and clean sounding or something like this. And join the club today. All right, thanks everyone.